but the new color is... Do you want a piece of clickbait? Piece of clickbait's heart, to be more precise.
That's really not good.
Yellow text on the piston.
Look at these. I got some mint forged piston right here and it's got your name on it. Grab yourself one of these t-shirts and we will be chucking in bits of the engine. You can have bits of piston, you can have rod, you can have block, you can have so many different pieces from Clickbait, but pre-orders close this week. So if you don't go and grab yourself a shirt ASAP, you ain't gonna get yourself some little sick bits that you can either, like, I don't know, you can put them in your cereal in the morning, you can put them on your nightstand and kiss them before you go to bed at night, you can, I don't know, you can wear it as a freaking necklace, or you can start building your own car with these. You can piece these together and build your own car. Jump on the website and get yourself a shirt right now. All right, let's get into today's action. In today's video, we are at Sydney Drag Race. That was nuts. What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are still in the quest of getting Clickbait to, I don't know, update it, fucking make it even cooler and sicker. Good English. But in today's, I don't know if you just saw that behind me, but in today's video, we're stripping the paint off the blower, and also behind the scenes, because I knew it would take a while, I finished the injector hat mods that I wanted to make to the injector hat. So we'll run over those, I'll show you them. So here we've got our 671 blower. Now, why have I paint stripped it? Okay, I've literally just got this front housing and everything and the idler bracket arm. Just got to strip those left. But other than that, I've stripped the paint entirely off the blower because I'm gonna repaint it. The paint that I put on this was just like a single stage, like you had this weird primer that you'd soak it in, leave it for 20 minutes, clean it all off, and then you'd paint it. And if you remember the video, it actually came out awesome. It worked perfect, but over time it hasn't aged the best and you can't polish it. I tried to polish it and it just turns out shit. So it like makes it turn gray and hazy. So since I've got a decent setup now, I'm actually gonna paint this properly along with the manifold. I'm going to etch primer it. I'm going to then black base coat, and I'm gonna put a good amount of clear coat on it. So over time, it's got protection and you can also polish it so that we can always keep that awesome showroom finish so that you can pretty much come down beside it and get like a mirror reflection at any time. I will then also paint this spacer plate for the injector hat at the same time, the forks at the same time. Like I'm just gonna paint all of this as is so you don't get the little scratches and everything. I'll set this where I want it. I'll paint the whole idler pulley because at the moment, this is, see if I can, this is just vinyl wrap. So we can paint all that. So instead of it just having one lip kind of colored, we can have the whole thing painted. I want to paint these bolts and these bolts because they rust. They're like, you'd think because they're black that they wouldn't rust, but they rust to the shit house. So whenever you're at an event that rains, which for the last, I don't know, year or so has been almost every event, they freaking rust and they look ugly as. So I'm gonna paint everything all together, make it all nice and black. And yeah, pretty much all we'll have to really block off is just down here, there's a little bolt that has like a little window in there so you can make sure there's oil in it. And a little pressure release valve too. I might just block off the tiny little dot up there. But I want it all black and all looking nice because I know that you're probably saying like, why not pull it apart and then put it all back together? But things like with how tight the tolerances are here to slide this over the snout and everything like that. And then like bolting these back in properly. I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to do anything like that. So yeah, I'm just going to paint it all together as one. So once Shane had actually made these for us, he came and put them in. And I was like, shit, we got a black blower with a black belt guard. We can't have these to be silver. So I vinyl wrapped them and they actually came out freaking perfect. You never know. But, and then I had to vinyl wrap around here too. So instead we'll just bolt this plate down, tape off where the gasket would go for the injector hat, just paint it all in one. Now I gotta get the injector hat because I've had it sitting out in the sun out there just to like properly kind of cure it and everything because carbon fiber shrinks and expands due to like with heat and things like that. If you watch the last Cleetus video, or one of the last Cleetus videos with Benny No Gas, he explained how carbon hats are sometimes difficult to work with because in the heat they'll expand, which means tolerances grow. And that means that more air can be let in, which means the idle's gonna change, the tune's gonna change. That can be a little bit hard to predict and work with. Also, all of the people that freaking complained and thought it was super weird that I was blocking off an injector hat butterfly, go watch that video, because like they literally, like Ben Nogas, one of the biggest, most knowledgeable guys in the scene, literally says exactly word for word what I say. I'm not recreating the wheel here just because I'm one of the first people to show on YouTube that we block off injector, like the butterflies on injector hat. Doesn't mean I'm the first one doing it. But anyways, I'll get that out now. I'll show you what I've done to it, and we'll rebuild the front of the injector hat, put the butterflies back in and everything, which I might take out to paint as well, because the bar that goes across the butterflies, I think I want to have that black as well. So we'll probably end up pulling it apart again anyways, but it takes 2 seconds to pull out. So yeah, I'm gonna get the injector hat. So I'm just putting in the butterflies now, I'm 2 in. And there is a very specific way these need to go in. Now, of course, I'm no professional. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But see how at the moment, minimal effort, and they kind of clap when they shut or open. One of the biggest issues that we found first around with the car was that like 1 or 2 of these would like the slightest bit back out, and this would shift down, like the whole butterfly would fall down. Not even a mil, half a mil, 1/10 of a mil. And it would make it so that when it would kind of slap shut here, it was grabbing on these edges. And when it would grab on these edges, it'd make it real sticky once it's shut. And then I found by just one day, by just playing around with it, I found that I would be able to, by undoing them, just shift it up a tiny bit. I think it was like one of these outside ones. And even though the air was only going through those middle ones at the time, it was the outside ones that was causing the issue, and we were chasing our tails for ages. But yeah, oh actually, before I've got the other butterfly in, I should probably show you what I've done. So you can see I've reinforced with an entire sheet of carbon all the way down. So there's another layer of carbon there. There's another layer of carbon. You can see just this strip here, just to give it more strength at its weakest point up the front here. Then I've just sealed it here to the front of the plate of the hat so that you can't get any air leaking down there. I poured extra epoxy into the bottom down there so it's going to actually like be sealed and have strength. There's like 6 layers of carbon on this side. That's the original block off, well not block off, but like the original kind of channel just in there. I then had to put some plate here, like some carbon plate, and then couple layers of carbon on this side, and then I've sealed it here so no air leaks, and then poured epoxy down there so that there's a huge bank of it. It does look a tiny bit ugly because the epoxy is yellow, but that is literally just because I wasn't gonna like spend the extra money to get the clear epoxy for something you're not gonna see. If it was in the sunlight, it would be super ugly, because just like how this is black, it would be yellow, but look, that looks black from there, except for where there's an abundance of a buildup. But yeah, it's so solid now, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And perfectly, if you can see like why it goes straight here, steps out this way, and then goes, I literally did that so that it would perfectly, the butterfly could slap wide open and it wouldn't hit the back wall. So now, hopefully, because we've blocked off another butterfly, hopefully we can use all the real estate and get wide open. All right, I'm gonna chuck in these 2 butterflies. So one issue I've been struggling with was when sliding in the butterflies, they just like, look, it's getting tight there. So you just gotta find like its sweet spot. So if it's not going in perfectly on an angle, you might even have to very slightly deburr the edges, like just something so that it's gonna fit in there perfect. Now, obviously you can't take too much material off because that's going to let air in. That's going to play with the tune. That's going to be annoying. It's going to play with a lot of factors. But as you can see there, you can see the scrapes on it. So I'm going to be inclined to say that it was actually in that way. Look at that. Pretty much smooth in. So now I'll set in the screws softly. I'll then test, open and shut the hat, make sure that the butterfly doesn't catch on anything, and then I'll crank them down. I would film it, but I got nothing to hold this camera, and I forgot my other cameras with suction mounts. So let's chuck this on. All right, so to give you an idea of what I was talking about, is you can see that can come up and down. So if that's down, see how, like, it's not only is it not shutting properly, but it's sticky too. Like, it's not just cleanly opening. You can, like, I know it's flapping around because these aren't tight, but it's like, you're kind of missing that like clap. I don't know why I say clap. It's just, I don't know. It's just what it sounds most like. So I'll just push it in tiny bit, and then I'll set the screws in, and then I'll show you what it should kind of sound like, or how it should act, I guess. So the sun keeps going behind the clouds, and you get horrible lighting in here, so I'll just turn the light on. But I could see a couple seconds ago that when you'd open it and you go to shut it, it would clap shut, but you could hear that it was just this one, which leads me to believe it was too high up. So then I came over here to the little set screw just here, which gives you your exact shut moment, and I could see that it was stopping there. So that led me to believe that obviously I was right. It was too far up, so I dropped it down a little bit. Now, like look at this, when I just push it, see how kind of like it can just bounce on its own, like that's what you want, because now you can see there's no resistance there, and that's what you want. Otherwise, you're gonna feel that in your pedal. If there's resistance on the butterflies, you'll feel that on the pedal. So now with this kind of just falling back and forth, now there is something up top here that I can kind of feel. You can hear it too, but it's not much. That could even be something that'll self-clearance, whether there's a bit of dust in there, or if there's a bit of anodizing, like if say these plates are swapped around or something like that. It could be something very simple like that. I'll just keep an eye on it and see how it goes, because I really like where they're set right now. Alrighty, so this bad boy should be all done now. So got the linkage back up, everything, so that now it's actually letting fuel in. How good do these look? I metal polished these. They come up a bit white gold on camera, but man, in real life, they're like this awesome freaking gold. I did all of these as well. It just makes them look so much nicer. Gave the hat a quick polish too, but all back together, all ready to go. And if you remembered, we used to have this like that, so that at full throttle, it was like maybe that. Now what I'm hoping we can do, now that we've only got one butterfly, it's full freaking throttle, baby. Full freaking throttle. There's no better fucking thing than like a Summernats when you see, like Jake does it the best with the Mustang with Sicko. But you see him on the start line, and you literally see like the light goes green and it's just bang, and you just see the car kind of just fucking come to life and just blowing smoke everywhere. And it's just something that I've always freaking wanted. Like no one really likes to just see like and that's it. Like that's not fun. We want to see wide open throttle. And when you've got this much to play with, that's more throttle control, baby. So hopefully this is all of the answers to our prayers. And like I was saying, like there's no sticky spots. Like it's that's what you want to hear, baby. Oh, I'm so pumped. All right, so the next episode is we're going to be going to APM, because our engine is all there and all ready to go. So we've just got to go through the process of waiting to get our time in the spotlight to get some assembly done. And man, we're going to be cooking with gas. So the countdown to Brashnats is on. And not only do we have an engine to build and put in, we got a car to paint, and we haven't even started. So we're going to start prepping the car. Next episode, we're going to APM. He's going to give us a talk over, because he pulled down the engine, and there is so many awesome things that we're going to be able to talk about. That's going to be shocking to me. It's going to be shocking to you guys. So make sure you stay tuned so that we, like for the next episode when we do go to APM. And then after that, it's going to be sanding this entire bitch down, getting it into a booth, and going to paint it that new color. I do know what color we're going to be painting it, but I don't think should I do? I might tease you. Oh boy. Oh man, when you see this in the sun, just pops. Look at how many different colors. Oh man, that's just so sick. Oh, like you thought I'd freaking show you what the color is. Oh, it is so sick to know that I picked a color, and I cannot freaking wait to see it on the car. I'm so excited. I hope you guys love it, because it's going to be like definitely something very new and like a game changer kind of thing. Never seen it done on a big body combi before, so the VEVF bodies. It's similar to a color that's been on some old school Commodores, but with a massive flare and a huge pop. I hope you guys are so excited. I'm really keen to see it. Alrighty guys, this is where I'm going to sign out for today's video. Catch you guys in the next one. We're at APM. Take it easy, catch you later. See you later, peace.
bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got it thugging. You bitching and bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired of eating that ramen. All of my music be heat, I ain't